Hi students, this is the pattern for the box that we're going to be making in class. This is it with colors to it. You could have 2 colors of wood or 3 colors of wood. Not quite sure how that's going to work out for us. But as you can see, it makes a nice pattern here. And depending on where you put the colors at, it could look differently. So for example, it could look like this, or you could put these colors, you could do all this way and have it like this. So it could look different depending on how you put the color. So that's something you want to think about once you finish. I do want you to color it and maybe try out some different patterns to see what you like the best. Maybe try it with 2 and then make a copy, and then try it with 3 colors so you'll be ready no matter if we use 2 colors or 3 colors of wood. Just to show you real quick, without any colors, this is what the pattern looks like. There are rhombuses and triangles. These are rhombuses. Rhombuses are special because they are parallelograms, but each side is equal. And then we have triangles. So we have 8 rhombuses and 12 triangles. We'll start a new one here and make sure we're on the front view. Also, this is woodworking inches for the template that you want to choose, woodworking inches. You want to make sure that you have these houses up here. If you don't, make sure you go to views. And you also want to make sure that you have the standard toolbar. So that's this one right here. And so that you have the undo button. Also getting started, that's that one. So those are the ones we usually have. We also need this big toolbar over to the left, and that is the large tool set. So do a right click on the gray part and make sure you get large tool set here. We'll need this for one thing, and that is the protractor right here. So I'm going to kind of draw this the way I drew it. When I made this for a pattern in the shop with a miter saw, the only thing I knew was the height of the wood, or the width of the wood. And the width that we're going to use strips of wood that are 1 1/8 of an inch. And so, not knowing, and the only other thing I knew was that I cut the angles at 30 degrees. So only knowing those 2 bits of information, how in the world do I draw this out? I'm getting ready to show you, and you can do the same. I'm going to take my tape measure tool, and I'm going to start from the red line here. I'm going to go up 1 1/8. So 1 and 1/8. And so, of course, everything we draw in SketchUp is kind of small, so you have to zoom in. So we'll have a strip of wood. Imagine a strip of wood going along here like this. And we're going to carry it to the miter saw and cut it at 30 degrees. So we need to draw a 30 degree angle here. So that's where I get my protractor. To use the protractor, you need to click 3 times. So once, I'm going to click at the origin. I'm going to come straight up this line and click a second time, and then I'm going to move it. And we're going to cut these angles at 45 degrees. 45 degrees. And so I'm going to measure, move it over until I see 45 degrees over here. So I've got 45 degrees right now. And by doing this, and now I know the length of this line here. So if I draw a line on top of this, and that's important to know because remember, a rhombus has 4 equal sides. 1 19/32. So I draw that in. So now I can come down here and draw 1 19/32 again. I'm going to need to type that in. 1 19/32 and hit enter. And I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. And go across 1 spacebar 19/32. 1 19/32. And now I should just be able to draw this. If I look down at the bottom right, it says 1 19/32, so I know I have a rhombus. I'm going to take this and rotate it a little bit. I'm going to pull it up 3/4 of an inch. That's how thick our wood is. So 3/4, and there it goes. And so now we need to make this into an object. And remember to do that, triple click to select all of it, right click, and make a component. And I can call that rhombus if I want to. I'm just going to go ahead and hit create. So I need 8 of these. Let me look at it from the front again and zoom out a little bit. And I also like sometimes to get on, instead of perspective, I like to go on parallel projection. So I'm really looking at it straight on. So Control C, Control V, and I need to make 8 of these. Zoom out some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8. I'm going to start with this one right here. And I'm going to bring this piece actually around and bring that corner down to meet it to start making. And as I do this, you'll kind of see the pattern again. To do that, I need to rotate this, and this is kind of the hard part here. So I'm going to select this piece here and rotate. To rotate, if you'll click on one corner of the object, go to the other corner of the object, click a second time, and then you can rotate. And when you rotate, you need to make sure that you're going, since we're using 45 degrees, you may be rotating 145 or 90, 180. You just kind of have to see, but do make sure that you're rotating a whole number. You see mine says 45 degrees. Sometimes you can get off a little bit. It may say like 44.3 or something. If you did that and you clicked wrong to begin with when you were selecting those corners, you just need to hit undo and start over. So I got 45 degrees here, click, and now I can move this. And always make sure you click on the corner or get the purple dot to show up, and there goes that side. So that works out pretty good. I might can drag one of these over now and not have to rotate it. Let's see if I can drag this one over. This one is going to go right here. So that works out really nice. And I will have to rotate one of these, I believe. So again, click on the corner once, move down the line, straight line, click the second time, and then move, and that looks like that should go about like that. Ooh, look at that. Oh, there it goes. 135. First it says an odd number. 135. I want a whole number. So 135 is one of those measurement angles or measurements, rotations that you may see. Now I'm going to move this in. Make sure I got that purple corner there. And there goes half of it already. So now I need to rotate these. Do it kind of quickly here. Take it, click, click, rotate. There goes one of them. Hope I rotate that right. It didn't even look. It looks like it's right. There we go. Now the neat thing about this is actually I can take this piece and Control C, Control V, make a copy of it. Hey, and look, it goes over there. So that worked out nice. And let me get one more piece here. I'll drag it over so we can see it a little bit better. And rotate this one. Click once, click a second time, rotate. How does this go in? Ooh, I can't see. Is it that way? I believe it's that way. No, it's not that way. Let's do it like this. There we go. That looks right there. So that's 45 degrees. And I'll bring this piece in. And same thing here, I can do Control C, Control V to make a copy of it and place it on the other side. So I didn't even need this piece here. I'll delete it. And there's another piece over here I don't need, so I'll delete that one. And I'm going to rotate this a little bit, make sure it looks right. If it doesn't look right or pieces are not quite touching each other, you have to go back in and adjust them, make them correct. Now I need my triangles. So let's look at this from the front again. So for the triangles, again, we're using the same strip of wood, and it's 1 1/8 tall. So we already have that sitting here, so that works out well for us. We'll move this over a little bit. I know that I'm going to cut it at 45 degrees. So let's go back to our protractor, and we're going to click on this line and go straight down. Ooh. Sometimes straight's hard to see. I'm going to go all the way. I'm just going to make sure I got a straight line going down. And then I'm going to go and rotate. Actually, let me go this way. I'm going to go 45 degrees. And you see it says 45 down at the bottom right side. And let's do that again. All right, protractor, straight down. And now I'm going to go this way 45 degrees. And there goes my triangle right there. So I can trace this out. And same thing, I'll give it some depth here, 3/4 of an inch. Triple click to make it into a component. And again, I could call that triangle. I'm just going to go ahead and hit create though. And I need 12 of these. So that's a lot of triangles. Again, I'm going to click on my front view so I can see it straight on. I'll go ahead and make some copies of this real quick. Again, you can use the same technique here where some of these will fit right in, so that's kind of neat. Don't have to rotate this one. And your whole objective here is to make a square, and so you'll be placing these triangles in. Let's see, I don't think I can do another one, but let's try rotating this one around. Let's fill this corner in down here. Now to fill the corners in, you have to have 2 triangles. So let's rotate this, click once, click a second time, and I needed 1 triangle to go in like this. So now I can move this in, and now I'll need another triangle to go opposite of it. So let's choose a different triangle here and rotate that one. And it will go, looks like that. I don't think that's right. Ooh, I'm getting some weird, oh, 135, that's what I want, 135. So now I can take this and move this over. Now once you get that done, again, just like we did before, you can do a little bit of cheating here. Not cheating, but just using your time wisely. And what I can do here is Control C and Control V, make a copy, and there goes that there. And I can do the same thing with this piece. Control C, Control V, and now I have that done. And so you'll continue to fill this in. 1 triangle here, 2 triangles here, 1 triangle here, 2 triangles here, 1 triangle here. So important that, and then you can fill colors in. Very important that you have the large tool set. Remember, do a right click to get large tool set. Remember the protractor here to draw your lines out. 1 1/8. 1 1/8 is the distance between these 2 lines, and then again it's 45-degree lines. And again, when you're rotating, make sure you click once, move your mouse, click a second time, and then make sure that you're looking at your angle down here to make sure you're going a whole number. Again, usually 45, 90, maybe 180, maybe 135. And I can take this and make sure you get the purple dot so you can fill that in. And so you'll just continue to fill that in. So you want to make sure you get this pattern done. Color it. Remember what I said. Try coloring it 2 colors. Make a copy of it. And then try it with 3 colors. I don't know if we'll have just 2 colors or 3 colors of wood, but just try and see what kind of patterns you can come up with that are kind of neat that you would like to do. So that way when we do go into the shop and create this, you'll already have an idea of what you're trying to do and how many of each piece you need to cut. Do a good job. Best behavior. Help each other out if you need it. Get this done. You cannot do this project until you get this done. So if you're not getting this done and you're messing around, you're only hurting yourself. You're only wasting your time. Do this, get it done so that we can go into the shop and create this. Have a good day.